getting to share with you another local area nonprofit. It's amazing, Michelle, because I think both you and I probably know 90% of these nonprofits. So it makes it very, very personal. And so every time they come in, I'm like, this is the best one, and this is the best one. And so, today is a special day for GiveSI, but we also have a very special guest. We have Becky Salazar with the Egyptian Area on Aging. We talk about this. Hold on, I'm going to cheat.
It's not all on there.
Egyptian Area Agency on Aging, and so some great programs. And I've known Becky for a while. Her husband's one of my best friends, and I'm gonna hopefully we don't get in trouble, but I do. You have something. You have a daughter that has a birthday today, so we need at least the big 18. So do you want to yell out and tell her happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Isabella.
Aww.
She had us up early to open gifts, so I've been up a long time too.
Well, hey, that is amazing. And so what also is really great, I live in Carterville, and you're based in Carterville as well. Tell everybody a little bit about this agency that Michelle will say now that because I've turned 50 that I'm eligible before. So
Not quite at 60, but you're getting close.
Thank you for correcting her.
Close.
Thank you for correcting her.
But the main thing we do is we serve the lower 13 counties, so we establish a focal point in each county, which is your senior center. So each senior center is kind of equipped with having funding to do meals for home delivered to the homebound, and then they have a congregate meal to get people together, and they help people with case management kind of things like benefit applications, the license plate discount. Right now it's Medicare open enrollment, so they're helping people pick a plan. And when I say it could save you hundreds, I mean minimally hundreds if you get into the wrong plan. So this is an important part that we do this period every year. Because if you're living on a limited income, anything we can do to save people money is going to help their quality of life. And when they go to the grocery store, they're going to have more money for food and hopefully definitely enough money for their medications. So we're doing, I think the senior centers do a lot of band-aiding, and they know they're, especially in the rural communities, they network and they're able to find things that people need. Mm-hmm. And there are times when we have difficulty finding things, we want our answer. If someone calls needing something to be like, never know, like we're going to find it. But sometimes it's, especially since the pandemic and everything, and it's harder and harder to find those things. And so that's what makes things like this very helpful, and anything we can do to find more grant funding and things to carry the dollar a little extra.
I think people forget that many times when people retire or they get to that point, they're on a fixed income. Mm-hmm. And so, I remember that, so utility bills that go up, water bills, trash bills, medicine, obviously food prices have gone up. And so a lot of them don't have a lot of opportunities to go out and do the fun things because they're paying to support and to live off of. But there's other opportunities you guys provide. You create these great opportunities for them to do and work with other senior centers to do. What are some of those events that you've kind of put together over the years?
Well, recently we've added a service with our senior centers that they can provide recreation. And so they're doing like paint classes, and they're taking trips. Like to our southern senior centers, they actually go to the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, they take trips out of state to go somewhere and do something fun. Wow. Franklin County, they hold dances, and they come from everywhere. Seniors like to dance. Carbondale has dances frequently. So dances, I hear, is something that seniors are liking to do. Even if they can't get up, they dance in their chair. It's
so obviously turning 60 is not going to be that bad after all. I just realized that. So there's going to be opportunities to do stuff. So I'm not going to be bored. I'll have fun.
Yeah, there's always stuff. And we did our first poker run this year to raise awareness and try to raise some money. And honestly, it was just to kind of get our name out there and but the coolest part was some of the senior centers got a group together in little cars or vans, and they went on the poker run and they participated, and they were having a blast. That was to me the best part of the whole day.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's just about life doesn't end when you turn 60. It's just
good to know.
Yes. But it's like everybody wants to feel young again, and it's fun to get out and do things that everyone else is doing, you know.
So tell us a little bit about where these funds are going to be allocated. What programs will they be helping when people choose to donate on GiveSI?
Well, we do get funding, you know, from state and federal for a lot of the things I mentioned earlier, meals and the applications we do in that. The things that we don't get funding for are the kind of emergencies that pop up. You know, we don't have money for a utility bill or medications or things that people can't afford. And sometimes it's an assistive device, you know, and sometimes people have so much money, or maybe their church will give them, but they just need a little bit more. But if they don't get it, they just go without. So that's what it would be nice to have some emergency funds. If someone called with something that we could help with, it'd be nice to do.
Yeah, because in these situations, that money is going to come from somewhere, right? And so those typical places, they come from food and they come from medication. And so, you know, when we're talking about these donations and how important they are for these communities, these are communities of the people who have the history of Southern Illinois, right? They are the people who are the history of Southern Illinois. And then just to think about, you know, having to choose between those things is just unreal to even think about. And so when we talk about those donations, these could be life-saving donations. You know, when people are choosing these emergencies over getting medications that they need, these could actually be life-saving dollars that you're donating. These could be the dollars that are allowing people in that age group, and you know, the people we love and care about sometimes the most, it's allowing them not to have to choose between food and medication or that emergency that came up. So incredibly important for the community.
And I think most people, if you ask, and I read statistics, but I can't believe it's not 100%, but if you ask them, where do you want to be as you grow older and before you pass, they want to be at home. They don't say, well, I want to be, you know, in a facility. And I know sometimes you can't avoid that. That's what needs to be done. But people want to be at home and they want to have the highest quality of life. And so when people don't take their medications, or when they're not eating and having good nutrition, their chances of going to the hospital and to a facility increases, you know, pretty dramatic. So the easier way to keep them at home and healthy and happy is just to keep their needs met with basics. You know, a home, to keep the heat on, keep the medication going, and food in the house. So.
Just kind of an idea or a rough number. How many people in this area do you guys service or are providing services for?
Well, we just did our big number report,
Oh.
so this is why I would know the numbers going to do this time of year. But I know we did almost 7,000 home delivered meal persons receiving meals. We gave out 360,000 meals to 7,000 people, which is a lot for our area, I think. And then our congregate meals, people that came together to dine, was also about that same amount. And then persons getting any service that we offer, whether it be just information and assistance or outreach or meals, anything, was about 24,000. So
on an average over the years that you've been there, Becky, is that number increasing? Is it, so you're seeing an increase in those numbers?
Definitely. And, you know, before the pandemic, you know, we had certain lower numbers than now. And then afterwards, you know, the thought was, well, a lot of those people will come off services. They're getting back out. They won't need us. But a lot of people decline physically, cognitively, where they still need these supports. You know, and so we have more people coming on that now need them, and the people that have been on still need them. And so I think that's where that kind of increase has been coming from. So.
And, you know, being able to provide some of those assistive devices really is the difference between being able to stay in their home and not. So it's incredibly important for that just autonomy of being able to stay where you want to be the most, right? Like how empowering is that for someone who's older to be able to make that decision?
Oh, for sure.
So if you want to support Egyptian I always Egyptian Area Agency on Aging. I don't know why that is so hard for me to say, and I've known her. So if you want to support this great organization and many of the services they provide, just follow the description below. It's 3 easy steps. You're going to search for E under Egyptian. That one I can do, and donate. And these donations will go to a wonderful cause. And I think it's one of those few that we don't get a lot for the older population. We get a lot for, you know, for youth, and we get a lot for other things, but we don't really have a lot. And I will tell you, as you remind me so frequently, I am getting up there, and nutrition is one of those things that we have to be more cognizant of. But we would love for you to donate to this organization. Becky is a resource. You can reach out to her. How can they reach you, Becky?
Well, they can call our office, 618-985-8311. And then my email is at becky.salazar@egyptianaaa.org. Everything's so long with the name of the business. But yeah, if you call the office, I can help.
Thank you for coming in, and good luck today. I hope you raise a lot of money for your organization.
Thank you.
Thank you.